Wow, it's a really good video. Welcome to everyone, all the students from Bangladesh and all over the world who are watching us. Is good morning or good afternoon wherever you're watching from. Today we having our one of the best university partner, University of Northampton with us, and from University of Northampton we having a guest. Cheers, how are you? Welcome to our today's show.
Hi Imran, and hello everybody. It's great to be with you all. Sorry it's a little bit dark. My face looks dark. It's just I'm in quite a small room, but it's great to be here.
Okay, thank you for your time, and it's gonna be really informative session for all our potential students who want to go to Northampton University in upcoming intake. So basically, we already having so many application, as you know that. So we have some questions regular basis. Students are asking about your university. So it would be highly appreciated if you could kindly just demonstrate or cover as much as you can to like then their parents and students can get more idea about your university. So would you kindly please let us know like where this university located exactly and which part of UK, and little bit more about the location and the universities, please.
Yeah, sure. In terms of the location, we are located in the town of Northampton, which for those of you who may be familiar with the UK, I know many of you might have family, relatives, or you've already visited. It's in a part of England called the Midlands. So unsurprisingly, that is the middle of England. If you're traveling by train, and most people in the UK tend to travel by train, we're exactly 1 hour from the centre of London and the centre of Birmingham. So yeah, it is a very, very central location, which a lot of our students like because it's very easy we are geographically. So we're not too far north, not too far south. In terms of the university itself, the video that you just showed there was from, we still refer to it as our new campus. It opened in 2018. It's one of the newest, most modern campuses in the UK, and that is located very close to the center of the town. So not only are you getting excellent, modern, state-of-the-art facilities, but it really is in a great location. So if you want to go to London, Birmingham, Oxford, or just travel around generally, it's very easy to do so.
All right, this is a really informative because like like students from South Asia, or we having a branch in Nigeria and Middle East, like most of the students there are really concerned about the location. They want to stay either in London or in Birmingham because like these two is most popular cities for them. Like they may do have some relatives over there or friends who are already studying. So Northampton is in middle of these two cities, which is really adding value for them, and they would really love to hear that. And I'm just wondering about the universities, like key selling point. Like, why do you think, like a student will consider this university apart from all other UK universities? So if you could add that point, so then students and their parents can, it will be easy for them to understand like why they will, send their kids over there.
Okay, yeah, no problem. This is obviously the key selling points is something we always have to be aware of. And the key selling points I'm going to tell to you guys are what the students or other students have told to me. So this isn't something that we in the international office have come up with ourselves. This is based on feedback from other students. So first of all, as we've already discussed, key location. Obviously, there are some students who want to be in London, want to be in the big cities, but there are many others that think, maybe it's too expensive to live there. Maybe it's a bit tricky. They want to live with somewhere maybe a bit smaller, but still quite convenient. So in terms of the town itself, we've got plenty of shops, we've got cinemas, bowling alley, we've got an Apple store if you want to be queuing up for the latest iPhone at the end of this year, or next year actually. We're not too far from Silverstone, which is a Formula One racetrack as well. So the location is great. Secondly, is what you've seen in the UK over the past 10 years, and this just isn't Northampton, but generally speaking with a lot of UK universities, massive investment. So you see where your fees are going, new buildings, new accommodation, new laboratories. And I believe Northampton is at the top of this list. We've spent $400 million on new facilities. So again, that is a really key selling point. You come here, you'll be using the state-of-the-art latest equipment. Thirdly, we're going to talk about price as well. You know, we'll talk about price. And this is a reminder to the students and the parents out there. Every university in the UK has different tuition fees for international students. What we've already looked at, we've researched this, and our students have also confirmed this to us. Our fees are very competitive. So for nearly every undergraduate degree, which are normally 3 years here in the UK and at Northampton, a little bit longer for some of the programs, 15,000 UK pounds per year. If you want to come and study a master program, which again, only 1 year, much shorter than Australia, the US, or anywhere else, the tuition fees are about £17,000. I think slightly higher. I think it's £1,000 more maybe for the MBA. So the fees are very competitive. And even on top of that, if you're doing well academically, you're likely to get some form of scholarship. So not all students are paying the full fees. We have automatic scholarships of between 10 and 30%. So if you're coming to us for an undergraduate degree and you do get a scholarship, you keep that for each of the 3 years. It's not just the first year. But these scholarships help bring down the tuition fee cost. And another point relating to cost in our location, because we are not the south of England, we're outside, costs are a little bit lower as well. Sorry, I know occasionally the camera keeps cutting out, but yeah, the fees are very, very good and are a major selling point. Another selling point I think I would add is the flexibility of what we're offering. So of course, this month, the majority of students are starting with us. Our biggest intake is September every year, but we also have a very big intake for January. So if you're wanting to study a master degree with us, many of our masters are also offered in January, along with one undergraduate program, which is our 3-year BA Business Management. So let's say you've just finished high school, just got your results. It's a little bit of a hurry to come in September. No problem. We do offer a January start as well. So I think these 4 or 5 selling points are why we are so successful, Imran.
Yeah, you cover most of the point, you know, like scholarships and the more lucrative thing is like a new build up, new investment, new campuses, and new technology, which is really helpful for all those students. Basically, they really want to, you know, like experience with like new technology, especially when students going for computer science related courses or IT related courses. They need to have all those facilities. And when you say like this tuition fees and the scholarship for like every year for undergrad student, you mean like as soon as they get a first year entry, the same scholarship will sustain for next every year, or it will be depends on their first year, second year, third year result?
If a student is awarded a scholarship, they will keep it for the entire degree. So what we don't do, we don't look at how well they're doing every year and then change the scholarship. Of course, we hope you do well. We want you to do well and you are supported throughout your degree, but we don't base the scholarship on that. So if, for example, you want to join us for an undergraduate degree or a bachelor degree, we will look at your high school results, or maybe if you've done a diploma, we will look at that. If you're wanting to come and study a master degree, then we would obviously look at your bachelor degree results. So if you have studied at a university in Bangladesh, for example, we would be looking for a minimum of 60% in your bachelor degree result. That will gain you entry. But if you've got higher than that, that's when you will be getting a chance of being given a scholarship.
This is a really good approach for the university, because like a student, even though they make their application, they know like, okay, based on my academic result, I will be eligible on the scholarship. A student don't need to apply for separately a scholarship, so which is like adding value, and the student can feel more comfortable. And I would like to advise all the students who miss this September intake. You guys don't be don't be panic. You still have chance to apply for the January intake. You feel free to visit any of our branches. All the branches address coming up below in this video, and you can call one of our help desk, so they can easily guide you how to make the application. And we are their direct partners, so we're not taking any kinds of service charge or anything. So you can directly just apply by us. You will get an offer letter within 6 to 7 days, and you can start your processing for January intake. So I'm going forward to another question. One student asking us like, does this university accepting any other English proficiency apart from IELTS and PTE?
Well, on our website, we do have a list of all the English tests we accept. And the requirement is different depending on whether you're applying for a bachelor degree or a master degree. So, for example, you've mentioned the IELTS test there. That's a very famous one. Of course, we accept that. So, for an undergraduate degree, we would be looking for an IELTS result of 6.0 overall, and at master level, 6.5 overall. We do accept other tests. You mentioned the PTE. We do accept that one, the Pearson PTE. We also accept the TOEFL, including the home edition as well. Another popular, also the Michigan test, I believe it is, although I haven't met many students who have taken that test. So yeah, there are quite a list of tests we do accept. You mentioned, I think before, we might have viewers here from Nigeria. In some countries, we recognize the high school English. So students who study high school in Nigeria and Ghana, for example, we do recognize it's called the WAEC, as long as you've got a minimum grade C. Very similar for students from places such as Kenya, India, and Malaysia. Also, if you might have studied an international system, such as the A-levels or the International Baccalaureate, or maybe if you're applying for a master degree and you've studied a bachelor degree in the US, Canada, or Australia, we would recognize that as proof of English.
All right, that's really great. And student, I believe, they can easily seek for IELTS and easier entry requirements for postgraduate. Most of the courses is 6.56 or undergrad 5.5. Is there any other course, like do you have like pre-sessional English in case of any student who get like in one component, let's say 0.5 less? So do you have that opportunities for those students?
Yes, we do have some short pre-sessional programs. For students who are maybe short of, if we're using the IELTS as an example, of half a grade or maybe a grade lower, we do have courses over the summer which prepare students for the September intake. And we do have another course, I think, starting in November, which prepares students for those students who are starting for the January intake as well.
Perfect. And can you kindly please little bit demonstrate the tuition fees? How much is the tuition fees for all the master's courses? I know it's vary from one course to another, but approximately, so a student can get an idea like, okay, this is the tuition fees for masters and this is tuition fees for undergrad.
Well, one of the great things, Imran, is it doesn't really vary from one course to another. So at undergraduate level, nearly all the bachelor degree programs have the same fee, which is just over 15,000 pounds per year. So that includes engineering, computer science, business, design, nearly everything. The only exception, I think, is our nursing programs, which are a little bit higher. So that's undergraduate. At master degree level, again, I think it's actually 16,995, but let's just call it 17,000 pounds. Again, for all of our master programs, except for the MBA, that's just slightly higher. I think that's about 18,000 pounds. Also the MSc physiotherapy. And I'd like to point out, in terms of the master programs we offer 1-year master programs in most business subjects. So the MBA that I've just mentioned, project management, very, very popular with people who have studied engineering bachelor degree and are wanting to develop their careers. A lot of students coming from South Asia, and we've had very, very good results from project management. A lot of very, very happy students. So many of the new students who are coming to us now are doing so based on positive word of mouth from ex-students. Also, masters in accounting and finance. We've got 2 masters in marketing, also logistics, public health, very, very popular. We have an industrial design program, again, for you engineers out there, along with a variety of computer science masters, including software engineering and cybersecurity. So very, very good value for money programs.
How about, do you have any kinds of course which is like research-based course, so a student can do research?
Yes. So there are a variety of research programs. The most popular ones tend to be obviously PhD. If you're studying a PhD normally at the UK, in the UK anyway, never mind just Northampton, full-time it's 3 years, but increasingly students are able to do them part-time. So you can do your PhD from home. Obviously, we can't guarantee that with every student. It depends on discussions with the supervisor. But again, on our website, we have quite a detailed process advising students how to apply for PhDs, because I know from experience it can be very messy for many students. They're not sure how to do it. Some university websites are very, very vague. On our website, we list the various expertise of our staff and subject areas. So it's very, very clear in terms of, if you're looking for a subject area, do we have it or not, and how to apply. The IELTS requirement is a little bit higher for PhDs. I think it's around 7.0. Tuition fees, again, I think approximately £16,000. Unfortunately, we do not have scholarships for PhD. But I would advise students who are interested in doing PhDs, and if you're not funding them yourself, there's a great website. It's been around a long time, called findaphd.com. That's very good at listing UK universities and different scholarships and research opportunities they have. But yeah, we certainly offer research programs.
That's fantastic. And how about like turnover time for those PhD offer letter? Is it taking like long period? Because some university it takes like 2 to 3 months time eventually to get an offer letter. And how about your institution?
Well, in terms of research, we're always advise people who are interested in PhDs and other research programs to be very flexible in their timing, because that can take a little bit longer. But in terms of undergraduate and masters, no, that can take just a few weeks. Students who are applying for undergraduate programs, obviously many apply via UCAS, but we're very fortunate that we can accept direct applications. So as long as somebody makes an appointment with EN Global, an application can be submitted online for any of our undergraduate or master programs, and it's much, much faster, and responses and offers can be sent out very quickly. Of course, it depends if you have the documents we need. If you're wanting an unconditional offer, you need to prove to us that you have the relevant previous academic qualifications. So if you're applying for a master degree, you need to upload a copy of your bachelor degree certificate and transcript. You also need to show proof of English, so an English certificate, copy of a passport, and a personal statement. So as long as you have all of that, you would get an unconditional offer fairly quickly. If you don't have any of those, or maybe you're missing one of those, obviously you still apply. We would issue you with a conditional offer, and as soon as you've fulfilled that condition, then that's all fine.
Yeah, this is the good thing about Northampton University. You know, like a student, as soon as they're submitting the documents, even the turnover time for offer letter also very fast compared to other universities. So students who really want to apply for January intake, this is the main time. So you need to apply as early as possible to secure your place, because as you know, like January is a very limited course offered by the universities. So there is a very limited seats as well. So as soon as any student want to apply, they need to just scan their documents, send it to our officers, and they will apply for you, and they will guide you all the process, and they will help you for how you can submit your visa application, how you can prepare your documentation, your flight ticket, A to Z, all the support from the beginning to to fly, to attend this university, all the questions you have. You always having our one counselor and manager will stick with you to help you for all those steps. I'm just wondering, there's another question regarding the universities, accommodation facilities for the students, because there is so many students who are going for basically for undergrad. Their parents are really concerned about their those little kids, because they're only 18 or 17, some of them are. So would you please demonstrate more about the accommodation of facilities university provide to those international students?
In terms of our accommodation, and again, I would always advise people out there to go to our website, just type in accommodation, because we've got some great videos, we've got fantastic pictures of what we have to offer. And it's much easier to see it than to listen to me. But I'll give a quick description. We have 3 types of university accommodation. One is, I think they've changed the name now. They call it the student village or waterside halls. This is on-campus accommodation. So obviously very, very convenient because you're here, and we are a campus-based university, so nearly everything you need is in one place. Secondly, another accommodation block is called St. John. That is just across the road from us. So again, very, very convenient, just a 5-minute walk. The third accommodation block is called Scholars Green. Now that is off campus, that is a few miles away. And actually it's very, very popular because it's budget accommodation. So for Scholars Green, you're paying just a little bit more than £100 a week. And that includes bills like water, gas, electricity. For those of you thinking, well, it's off campus, so it takes a long time to get there and back. It includes a free bus, so you're not having to pay for the bus. And the bus is running every half an hour or so. So again, very, very convenient. Most of our accommodation is the same. So you get your own private bedroom and private bathroom. We call that ensuite. I know that sometimes confuses some students. In English, we're still using some random French phrases. So yeah, we have single room with ensuite bathroom. That means you do share a kitchen, but normally it's only 6 students sharing a kitchen. And again, when you look at the videos, when you look at the pictures, the kitchens are very big. There's a couple of ovens, there's a couple of fridges. There's more than enough space. We also are able to cater to needs. So for example, if you are looking for female only accommodation, we can do that. If you're wanting accommodation which is alcohol free, again, we can do that. For those students, now you do have to be 18 to be able to move into student accommodation. In the UK, you are classified as an adult when you're 18. If you're a little bit younger than that, we will work with you to find you something similar, usually like a homestay type facility that is available in the town. So we help all of our students with accommodation. And the final point as well, if you don't want to stay in our accommodation, we do have advice on looking for private rentals as well.
All right. That's really great because, like I know these accommodation facilities for your university, which is really helpful for the kids because the kitchen area you said is not only kitchen, the students, they gather there, they become socialized with other students, they become friend with their flatmate, which is where they can spend their, like some time to watching TVs as well. So, which is really good place for the students, international students, to spend their time. And another thing I'm just wondering, because we have been receiving some more questions relevant, like does your university having any course which offer any work placement opportunities as well?
Yes, we do. So many of our programs at undergraduate and master level do come with the option of a work placement. Now, when you're looking at the course page on our website, it will make it very clear if it has a placement. Some of the popular programs, for example, the master programs I mentioned before, are 1 year. Now, if you want to take the placement option, it becomes 2 years. So the first year you will do your study as normal, and then the second year you will do the work placement, the job. They are paid placements. We do have an employment team on campus. This team are fantastic. They do various jobs. They help students find part-time work. If you want a part-time jobs, as students, you are allowed to do that. When you are nearing graduation, if you're looking for a full-time job in the UK, they can give advice on that. And of course, they also help students finding the work placements. Some of the more popular courses which have work placement, again, the MBA, also project management, accounting and finance. I think what really helps is, again, the location where we are. So the placements can happen anywhere in the UK, but where we are in Northampton, because of our location, it's quite a big logistics industry. So there are quite a variety of technical and business roles, and we work with many of these employers. They will accept our students. We've been doing this for years now. But again, with London and Birmingham not too far away, again, there is a great potential for students to find work there. And it's great to have that experience added to your academic background.
Exactly, because nowadays having only certificate doesn't add that much value. If they having any work placement experience or work, like practical experience, that always adding value for their next future career. Because end of the day, like when they're submitting their CV, when they're applying for job, if there is like they just one is fresher, another one having some experience. So as a employer, they will call who having at least little bit of experience, because that is more or easy for employer to train those people. And along with it, it's also really helpful for those international student, because they're gonna get the job and they can have at least a British environment experience, and it will help them when they will go for PSW eventually, so they can use that on their CV and apply for different organization.
Yes, certainly. In fact, Imran, I think you've been in the sector as long as I have. I remember the PSW. It's now known as the Graduate Route Visa, or GR, and we do offer sessions. We do assist students in applying for this visa. The way it works is, yes, as long as you successfully complete your bachelor degree, your master degree, etc., you apply for that visa, and that enables you to stay in the UK for a further 2 years. And of course, during that time, let's say you're doing a job, then your employer can then change that visa to a work visa, which enables you to stay indefinitely.
Yeah, exactly. And thank you for your time. I believe, we just nearly finish our today's live session. Before we move on, if you would like to add something to our student who potentially want to apply for January intake, and what would be your advice or what would be your comment for them within a 2 minutes, please?
Well, for those of you interested in January, please talk to my colleagues at EN Global Education. Also, get on our website, see what we have available. There's plenty of time to apply, although I always say don't leave it too late. Obviously, the EN team are very experienced at assisting you with visas and so on, but earlier the better. It doesn't cost you anything to apply. We're also fortunate as a university, we tend to have excess accommodation. So if you're worried that we're not going to have accommodation, that is very unlikely to be the case. We tend to have a lot of accommodation. As I mentioned earlier, just around £4,500 a year. So it's not expensive. Another thing I will just add before we finish, I talked about our 3-year degrees. I talked about our 1-year degrees. We do have top-ups as well. So let's say you are studying at a university in Bangladesh or Nigeria or Egypt, anywhere, and you're thinking, you know what, I want to transfer. You can transfer into what we call a top-up. This is the equivalent, the final year of a degree, really. And also, if you're doing some form of HND style diploma, we accept you guys as well. So it's the final year of a bachelor degree. The certificate just says bachelor degree on it. It doesn't say top up. And we have these available for computer science and about 5 of our business related programs. One of them is available for the January intake, which is the global business management. So yeah, please check out that as well.
Okay, this is really good, option for international students. Basically, it adds value on them. Eventually, they're studying in overseas, but they're going to get their certificate from Northampton University. So they don't need to, even though study 2-3 years in UK. So they're saving their time and they can go for top-up course, which is really impressive and good thing about the students. And along with it, I would like to suggest all those potential students who want to apply for Northampton University for the January intake. You would be really happy to know that Northampton don't have any kinds of visa refusal from Bangladesh. This intake, we have a 100% visa success for them, and this is a really one of the popular university for our students who want to really focus on their study, who want to get a good result with with a good educational environment, and they can get easily a scholarship as well when they make their application. For any kinds of assessment or any kinds of more information, you would be most welcome to contact with any of our officer. Their number is given below, and you can text in our any kinds all our social page. Our marketing team is always over there. They will help you and guide you how you can get your all the process through us. And another good thing, and it is really important to know all the students, that we have an upcoming educational fair in next Saturday in Dhaka, Hotel Sharina. So anyone who want to apply and meet face-to-face to university, or there you can submit your application on that day. So it will be in Saturday, upcoming this Saturday, and it in Bonani. So you don't need to be worried if you haven't done your registration yet. You can just drop your phone number and name, so our registration team can book your registration, and it will be totally free of entry. So you can come with your friends and family, meet with a university representative and get more information, any kinds of information which will help you to get your future goal more easy. And it was today's live session. We are really in the power time. Thank you very much, George, for your time, and it was really lovely to meet you again.
My pleasure. Great talking with you, Imran, and hope to see some of you here at Northampton soon.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good evening. Bye-bye. Take care.